I'm just practicing to be a poet. Not qualified as yet, but have no fear. I'm gonna get there. I'm not in this world to live up to your expectation. Neither are you in to live up to mine. I don't owe no one, no obligation. No one owes me none, so everything is fine, fine. I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. Serious business. There is a time for everything, and for everything there is a season. So man and man must reason. So I think it's prime time that we address some more issues. Simple information I will use. No rocket science to get you confused. So relax your mind, make sure everything is fine while I take you down a poetic line. Trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've worked it in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. I remember you say Liberation Day, and I ask, you sure is that you wanna say?
And a good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. It's now 17 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock.
That's the way it is. We've worked it in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain.
Yes, indeed. Running a little late tonight. Yeah, let me get some water.
That's what everybody say. Cell phone ring, man answering. Yellow, yellow, no hello. Teeth get yellow, house get yellow, bus get yellow, man get yellow, even green get yellow, and so says 11-4. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've worked it in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. Old school.
Yeah, it's one of those nights. To our usual viewers, or friends who usually view us on Facebook, we know you would be having a little problem tonight. We are having a little issue with Facebook tonight, so you can view us on YouTube. Yeah.
But boy, one song I sing, one bell a ring. If we didn't know, we never know yellow that treat us so. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've worked it in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain.
And I'm sorry, while I would love to give you back your 20 minutes, Joyce, I cannot tonight. Yeah, I must leave exactly at 10. There were one or two issues that had to be sorted out before we started the program tonight.
Then to economic recession, your attention. Economic recession, the cause of poverty in the land. Economic recession, no employment for the ordinary man. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've worked it in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. All your projects are stuck in a pipeline, but when asked, how is the country going? Oh, fine. We are looking into it. Never mind. Only projects in pipeline. No water to cool down the yellow temperature. When will they start?
Yeah, you all would realize I'm jumping back and forth within the studio tonight.
Although things are turning at a very slow pace.
Yeah, you know when things start to go wrong, technical, everything does want to go wrong at the same time. So just making sure everything is good, and then we can start. Nice? Yeah.
When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've worked it in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. Busy governing, busy managing, busy politicking, busy neglecting, busy inflicting poverty and hunger throughout Grenada. 1,000 Frenchmen can never be wrong, but you hold your yellow conviction strong, strong, strong. So why not send them advisors home? They're sucking money like water in foam. And rehire the imanis, less stress on the economy.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on the calls. I'm seeing the phone lines ringing. I can't deal with the phone lines right now because I just want to make sure that we have everything running.
We won't say it is, that's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain, So we've heard about your internal division, but some can't digest that one. Remember the man say he's an asset to the party, and will we vote you without him? You left him with Glenn alone. Maybe they're cloned. And however, I foresee a pretensive unity that will mislead a lot just before the next ballot. But you guys will have to come real good, cause it's a long time Grenada ain't eat food. You think politicians would trick us with campaign promises? We won't stay at ease, that's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you're now refrain. You remember in the Bible, God had a plan for Jonah to restore Nineveh. But who will restore Grenada? Is it the same Jonah?
Yeah, folks, I'm trying to get it organized here, and then I'm just getting a set of calls. Yeah. So just let your friends, let your families know Talking Points is on, but we're on YouTube. We're not on Facebook. We know we're not on Facebook. Yeah.
House and brand new car on the scene, while our hungry belly still grumbling. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. So you know people say, next election, me take the finger, cause after we say enough from Jonah, here comes still with more pressure and hunger. And from the mouth of Grenada, only one thing are utter: the Congress neglect us, the Congress fail us. And I could never understand the distribution of the wealth. So drink your bush home if you want good health. And for real, we appreciate the free barrel, but they only come in December. So what we are doing from January to November, suck salt and drink now as water. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease.
Yeah, I think I pretty much got everything organized there now.
Strain, but you're not refrain. By the way, what will be a theme for the next campaign? It can never be about change again. And in what language are you going to tell people to vote for NDC? In Japanese or Chinese? You better wrap up $1,000 in yellow jerseys for we, or give us everything free as in the days of NNP, or else funeral for NDC. Whatever, Grenada still belongs to we. Although enough things affect us negatively, we are still blessed by the Almighty. This poem may not be liked by you, but I know you will like this poem, for this poem is a problematic poem. You trick us with campaign promises. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain.
Yeah, so folks, just let others know. We've put it up on the Facebook page, and so I don't know if some people got the message there that we are on, but we're just on YouTube for the time being. We're having an issue with Facebook tonight. As you know, it's technology, and technology does give problems from time to time. So we are having a problem with Facebook tonight. Nice. Gonna start the full conversation in a few minutes. Quite a lot to talk about. Yeah, imagine down to the phone lines were giving problems when I got in here. It's like everything just decided it's giving problems tonight. Yeah, I couldn't even get a dial tone on the phone lines.
I am that I am. I am. I am. I am. I am that I am. I am. I am. I am. I am that I am. I am. I am.
Yes, it's the day before Grenada's independence. Or 49th anniversary of independence. Staring down the barrel of the big 50, the half century.
And for everything there is a season. So man and man must reason.
We are at the crease.
So I think it's prime time that we address some more issues. Simple information I will use.
And even though, today was National Colors Day. See, I try and put on my little colors and thing today too. Yeah? So today was National Colors Day. Hope that you all participated. Those of you that had the opportunity to do so, even if you're not on island, even if you're not home, I hope that you took the opportunity to display your patriotic colors. Yes, that you put on your gold, your red, and your green, and you displayed your national colors today and did so proudly. That's how we could tell each other, you're passing through New York and all them kind of place there, and then when you pass an area and you just realize you see a set of people in certain colors and things, you realize, hey, like Grenadians that day,
Answering yellow, yellow, no hello. Teeth get yellow, house get yellow, bus get yellow, man get yellow, even green get yellow, and so says 11-4. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay.
Yeah, see, that's a good thing. We've got the YouTube. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube. Yeah, if you're joining us on YouTube tonight for the first time, remember to subscribe, click the bell icon, so anytime we go live on YouTube, it's going to pop up on your device, whether it's your mobile phone or your tablet or your computer at home, it's going to pop up on there for you.
Forever, not even things created by the great Jehovah. So the green grass ceased to grow.
So today, the 6th day of February, and still some public workers are yet to be paid. Yeah, I didn't know that. Well, I've been receiving calls on Friday during the day, Friday afternoon, on Saturday, on Sunday, this morning, and I even got calls up to this afternoon of people who are within the public service of Grenada and have not been paid. And they're wondering what is taking place because they are hearing nothing from the government.
Can't give you attention. Economic recession, the cause of poverty in the land. Economic recession, no employment for the ordinary man. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited.
Yeah, and it's also one of the nights my throat decides he's going to give as much problems as possible. Rain can't stop the reggae jam.
How is the country going? Oh, fine.
Yeah, so public workers have still not been paid. Many of them. And it's not in just one department. It's in many. I'm hearing it from people within the Prime Minister's ministry. I'm hearing it from people within the Ministry of Health. I'm hearing it from various ministries that they have not been paid. So it might be one or two individuals here and there, but it's still a significant number of people that have not been paid. And even worse than that. Now remember, this is the worst time for that kind of thing to happen, because these people were last paid on the 15th of December. Today is the 6th of February. They fully expected to receive their salaries, not even last week, They was kind of looking for it week before. Now they have not received their salaries, and it is unfair what is taking place with these people. And yet still, the best that we've heard from the Ministry of Finance, the best that we've heard in relation to salaries from the Ministry of Finance was when they put out a notice basically telling these people, what are you asking about salary for? These are the dates we does pay, and these are the dates we pay in for this month. That's the best that we could have gotten from the ministry. Yeah? Not we are sorry, not we are working on it, not this is the issue, not that is the issue, but basically what are you asking questions for? That's the kind of thing. But remember, it's them that say they're following it, not us.
About empty treasury. We, in the NDC, we have the exposure. We have had the exposure. Good? And we know what to do to find money, to look after the needs of our people. And as I have the mic, let me say, as we go around the country and we speak to our people, that's a topic that they always say to us, we go pay salary late and we don't know how to run a country. Tell them that we say we know how to run a country, and tell them that we wouldn't pay salary late. All right? Tell them that affirmatively. We're not going to pay salary rate, and we know how to run a country.
Yeah, and tell that to all of those people in the Ministry of Health, in the Prime Minister's ministry, in various departments, yeah? In every single government ministry, who as of today, the 6th day of February, have not yet received their salaries. Tell that to them. Go to them and tell them that you would not pay late. Yeah? That you know how to run government. Tell them.
Run a country, and tell them that we wouldn't pay salary late. All right? Tell them that affirmatively. We're not going to pay salary rate, and we know how to run a country.
Yes, indeed. And we're going to open the phone lines. I'm going to leave the phone lines open right through tonight. 440-7377. Of course, tomorrow is Independence Day. You can call and give your independence messages. You realize some of you all had to talk tonight because you realize what's going on with my voice. Yeah? So some of you will have to talk tonight. Huh? Nice. Good. Yeah. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside.
This is not politics. Don't forget, I'm just practicing to be a poet. Not qualified as yet.
You know, this is the thing. The government needs to come out and say to those people, number one, sorry. And secondly, they need to say to them exactly what is the reason that the late payments are taking place. They can't deny that people are getting paid late. I spoke to one person within the public service today. One individual who informed me, they say, watch, they think they use out all the paper in the teller machine. Because they keep going and check, and they're thinking, well, yeah, my money go be in now, and they go in and check, and they go in and check, and they go in and check, and there is no money there. Yeah? There is no money there. It is unfair to these people. These are people who have not received a single cent since December the 15th. That's 7 weeks ago. I mean, if something like that had happened at the end of February, after you got your normal salary at the normal time, at the end of January, and something like that happened at the end of February, might have been able to understand because it's 4 weeks. But in this 7 weeks, and you have some people that can't receive their salaries. Let me just clear the call box here. Some people cannot receive their salaries up to this point in time. It's unfair. And I believe we have a caller on the WhatsApp. Good night, caller.
Hey, good night, Brother Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm okay, man. I'm doing well.
You okay? How are you? You okay? But some of them public workers ain't okay because they still ain't get a salary yet.
That's the problem. But Brother Sheldon, in 2008, 2013, right, and then the previous NDC, they used to get paid on the 32nd and 33rd. But this time, you look at they getting paid on the 39th and 38th. It could be later than that.
And the thing is, they keep attempting to deny that there are people within the public service who have not been paid yet. And these people are wondering if they are being singled out for this type of treatment. It's totally unfair, man.
Yeah, it's unfair and thing. I don't so well to get paid month end and then the next month. You get paid on the 16th or the 17th or 18th of December. Right? And people looking for the little kakana. So when you get paid late, the bank put away interest. Could you go and tell the bank is not you, is the employer?
Well, that's the other thing. Because you have several of these individuals, they have mortgages, they have loans in the credit union or loans in the bank, and so vehicle loans, different things, that they have now defaulted on. Because
exactly. And no.
Apparently the government doesn't understand. Apparently those who are in government now don't understand that some people basically live paycheck to paycheck. They live paycheck to paycheck. There isn't any large amount of savings inside, especially since COVID and continuing with the NDC coming into office and some of the things they have been doing, people's savings have been eroded. So it's not like you have savings, you could go and you could get on your savings and that kind of thing. These people do not have savings. They're living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. So they need their money.
They need the money to pay. And but I say it is unfair to see that okay, like you work with an employer. The employer may get his money early. He pay his loan, whatever he have, he had to pay. Right? You don't default him. Or you defaulting the employee defaulting because of the employer mismanagement. It is very unfair. Right? And Brother Sheldon, I want to say again, as we celebrate 49th anniversary of greater independence. Brother Sheldon, when we look at the development of Grenada, as Flying Turkey said in a song, we come a long way, but we still have a long way again to go. And there is a lot of transformation that took place from 1974 up, up the 1974 to let's say in 2022. Because I could say by 2023, after the election, I don't see no transformation taking place. Okay, I want to see it more pressure up the poor man back, up the poor man back, and more pressure in the different forms where you cut salary, the little stipend that you used to get from the seed, you cut it, the government cut it, and they have to pay more for water, more for electricity, more for food, everything. You everything. So you ask a man to pay more tax. But are you taking out more when they can you ever get to pay what you have to pay? You cut it, right? While you did not budget you did not budget for the $2,000 that the says, you find a way to get them the money. The teachers the coach said that they didn't
Caller,
did not pay them.
you're starting to break up a bit. I don't know if you've moved away from your wireless or whatever, but you're breaking up a bit for some reason.
Okay. You hear me better now?
Yeah, no, you're clear,
You
but
hear
a
me
short
better?
while ago you were speaking and you were starting to break up. But go ahead now. Yeah, you're
Oh,
clear.
yeah. Yeah, I was saying that okay, like you take away things from the poor people that need it, right? And making their life more difficult, more hard, bring more poverty in the country, right? Okay, that's one. You have again where you took $2,000 on salary for the minister.
Not
That
me.
did not budget
Them
it.
take
No,
it.
no, what I say, you know, like when I say you, I don't
No,
know
I
the
understand. I
word.
understand. Go ahead. Yeah.
I 2,000 more on salaries for travel allowance to say, right? Without no tax, right? So they get all that money plus the 600 that the previous government ministers would get before, like 2006, no tax, right? So they get all that money in their hand, Brother Sheldon. Then again, you come where some of the ministers who get in that, they still have government vehicle using, right? So
Well,
you still have government.
before you go further, a little bird told me that the minister is claiming that he's not taking the 2,000 additional a month on a monthly basis. He said that he's not taking it. So I'm really
Well, Brother,
interested in finding out the truth or untruth to that. I would like the Ministry of Finance to provide that information. Maybe one of the
exactly.
parliamentarians need to ask for that information as a question.
There is it. There is it. So if you say saying that, you have to bring the evidence. People could say things, but what they say not true to make it true. Come bring the evidence here. You did not take him. You're taking no more. You're taking that $2,000. You're not taking it. But once there is no evidence to prove, we had to come to say you're taking it. So you have to bring that evidence and show that you don't take that money, right? I'm gonna share that again. The all that again. And every time this go in the Security government, the first thing they do is to put pressure the people. And pressure, I cannot forget the statement that the Prime Minister made, right, about the World Bank report that said 350, 450 is not enough. That keeping people in poverty. Even the 650 is not enough. But you know, when you hear the Prime Minister speak, right, it one in opposition, it gives you that belief that he was saying, okay, like, if you put him in charge of the country, the people that get the money, they will get 650 or they will get more. I don't think anyone that was receiving that seed money expecting that money to cut for 150. So those who are getting 250, they end up getting 100. Those who are getting $300, they're getting 150. Those who are getting 450 per share, they're getting $300 per share. And more tax, you put more problem, more the liability go up, everything going up. Sugar price go up, everything going up. Right? So, but I ask myself a question. No, I say government their continuation. And I do believe if a government continuation and you really care about people and you love people, whatsoever good a government has, you should continue to do it. Because when you continue to do it, the country go forward faster. Well, whenever you come in and the government come, you're getting rid of all and you understand all over again. That bring back the country. You bring the country backward. So I want to say to the Grenadian people, right? We have to someone speak. I always say we don't hate, but we love our country. And we have to speak about the injustice that's going on in our country. And Brother Shelley, I want to say as we celebrate for 10th anniversary, I do believe we need to put aside politics. We need to put aside that hatred, and for people to come together to work together, you have to treat everyone as in a human way. We cannot treat people in a way that if they are not human and some human and acting for together, you will never get together. So, Brother Shed, have a blessing. That's it.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother. Yes, indeed, folks. 440-7377. You can call us on WhatsApp and you can call us directly using that number. Yeah, so you can call us on WhatsApp. You could call us directly. Yeah. No, they don't like it. They really don't like when we play the following.
I want to make one other point. The government, through the IMF and the World Bank, conduct studies about poverty. And they use different tools to measure whether you're poor or not. And I'm saying to you, based on some of that measurement, the World Bank has said that if you're making if you're making less than $650 a month in Grenada, that you are poor. Well, I'm saying if the measurement is $650 and you are poor, I don't know that the World Bank living in Grenada. Because on $750, you still poor. On $850, you still poor. On $950, you still poor. On $1,000, you still poor. The reality is, with the cost of electricity, water, food, and transportation just to get to work, even at $1,000, we are suffering. So the reality is, we have to grow the economy. That's why when we talk about transformation, we have to grow the economy, we have to raise the minimum wage, and we have to make our society productive so that people have more money to spend, can live a better lifestyle, and, which is why I've been talking about this, when you retire, that you get a pension. Because the reality is, if you are working as a cleaner, I assume you have no pension.
No.
So that means you have to work until you're dead. Because you can't stop working. You can't afford to stop working. And there are hundreds and thousands of Grenadians who are facing this plight. And it's a plight that as a society we need to address. It's a plight that the National Democratic Congress intends to address. And we have to talk about those things. We can't keep pretending that everything is honky-dory. So let me zero in. You have a seed program. The World Bank says, if you're making $650 or less, you're poor. Yet still, the seed program is only paying you $350 and $450. They are aware of the World Bank report. Why then raise the seed program to $650 or more? So if they're interested in truly alleviating poverty or truly helping you, they would raise the figure to $650 or more. So I'm saying to all of the persons who are genuinely on the seed program, particularly our older citizens, who would have worked to help build Grenada.
Yes, folks, nice talk, but it's not followed by action. So we have a situation where these same categories of people that he's talking about, these same categories are people that he read the World Bank report. And the World Bank report said once they're earning under this, on a monthly basis, they are poor. And he even put himself in the bracket though, and he said, we are suffering. He didn't say you all, he didn't say they all. He said, we are suffering. And then he came and he said, the $650, if government was really caring about people, they would have put the $650. Yet still, he tries to blame the same government who had put $150 on it. He tries to blame them and say they took it out. He held the reins of power from the 23rd of June up to the 31st of December. He held the reins of power when the budget for the year 2023 was done. The New National Party were not the ones that did the budget for the year 2023. It was the NDC. So they are responsible for ensuring that the funds were in the budget to pay the seed beneficiaries at the same level or more, considering the inflation that's taking place, or more in the year 2023. They said that they would. Again, remember, we heard Senator Gloria Thomas promising.
Government has decided to continue the vertical expansion of seed program, which was scheduled to end in December of this year. This therefore means that family will continue to receive the additional $150 per household. Receive the additional $150 per household. This therefore means that family will continue to receive the additional $150 per household. This therefore means that family will continue to receive the additional $150 per household.
It's not the NNP that said that, because the New National Party knew that it did not finish in December of 2022. It knew that the budget, as every budget, finishes at the end of the year. But that the promise, the additional money that was put on there, did not end. That it was supposed to have been continued, and that a caring government, a considerate government, would have ensured that that money was there in the same way that they ensured that all of them could get the $2,000. In the same way, all of them make sure they pocket fat, and they ain't paying no tax on it. In the same way that they did that. Because I could tell you, when the New National Party came into power in 2013, remember, they adjusted personal income tax. So what was taking place was that MPs, members, the ministers and so, myself included, were at that time paying income tax at the two levels. Remember, there was the two-tier level. So it was not a situation that we put something in place so that we benefited more. But we put something in place that we benefited less than the people who were there before us, because we were paying more in income tax. This group comes in, adds $2,000, and puts it in a way that they are not paying a cent income tax on it. Yes, that is what has taken place. And then they get their minions to call radio stations and try to intimidate you when you call and when you speak out about these issues. When you call and you speak out about the fact that today, the 6th day, tomorrow, my goodness, is a holiday. Tomorrow is a holiday. And these individuals laugh and grin with these people in the ministries today, knowing full well that several of them have not received a single cent in salary since December the 15th, and don't even have the common decency, the courtesy, the respect to speak to them and say, hey, we understand that you have not been paid yet. We are having challenges. These are the reasons, or this is the reason that you have not received your salary yet. We promise you that you'd receive it as fast as possible. Instead of showing that all you can chop wood in front of the ministerial complex today, what you all should be doing is making sure that the people in the ministries who have not yet been paid, if you care about human beings, which you continually show you really don't care about nobody except yourselves, you would have been in your office making sure that those people who have already worked for it receive their money. Receive their money. But no, instead of doing that, you want a photo up. Go and embarrass yourself taking a machete, yes, a cutlass, and trying to chop. You don't even know how to chop a piece of wood. I mean, you know to do other things with it, but you don't know how to chop it. Yeah, I saw the video. That is the kind of thing that's taking place in our country. And they expect us to keep quiet on these things. Yeah? They expect us not to say anything about these things. They expect us to remain mute on these issues. But not me. I ain't staying quiet. Who want to stay quiet, stay quiet. Because I know, believe me, you, and many of you get it too, there are many, literally hundreds of people in the public service in Grenada who are afraid to talk. During the time of the NNP, if something like this had happened, you would have heard it on every radio program. They would have been all over the internet because people felt free to speak. But now they are afraid to talk because they don't know if they're next in line to be victimized further. Because they're already being victimized. So they don't know, boy, next thing I go and make my voice known, call a program and say that's all, I ain't get my salary and thing, and next thing I ain't get no salary at all because they send me home. And then it's the way that they're sending home people without any due process. So they ain't saying, okay, in the same way that they've, like what they've done in Carriacou, for instance, they have sent home several people in Carriacou, and they have used this section of the public service rules which talks about being involved in political activities. Yet still, they take individuals who was in the front line of the campaign. When you look at the town hall meetings, they sit down in front. When you look at them on a daily basis, going to work in the ministerial complex, they had on the NDC handband. When you look for them on the weekend during the campaign, they had on the NDC t-shirt, they had on the NDC hats. They did discipline those individuals. They did discipline those individuals who were involved in the NDC campaign and were public servants in Carriacou. They did discipline the people here in Grenada who you and I know working in the government service and were wearing their NDC t-shirts, especially election night. They jump up, they whine and they roll and now they can't get their salary. Did they discipline these people? No. They only discipline people who are supporters of the new National Party, and these people need to take them to court. I don't know all you're playing, all you're afraid and all kind of thing, take them to court. Because if they're doing something to you all, and they're using a particular law to do it, the law must be applied to everybody. So in the same way that they have dismissed people because they say you were involved in political activities, they must dismiss the others. The others who are NDC supporters, and don't try to tell us that we know what we're talking about, because we have the videos of various individuals. Some of them get promoted. Let me say it again. All you understand what I'm saying here. Some of them have been promoted within the public service who were directly involved in political activity. Some of them get some big job. Some of them incompetent, incapable, yet still they put the square peg in a round hole because they was part of the campaign. Yet still, the poor people in Carriacou who working for 1,200, 1,500, some of them even working for 1,000 good. They send them home because they say he was involved in political activity. You see the hypocrisy of that group of individuals? Now, I see, well, I nearly rolled with laughter over the weekend when I couldn't believe this serious. That this government sent out a press release asking for consultation on the twice monthly salary. This government, the one that still can't pay people from since December, that government sent out a release saying no, that's how they want to meet with people to discuss the fortnightly payments, so that public workers would be paid fortnightly. Let me tell you all this. I think if you want to be paid fortnightly, it should be optional. Let me give them some advice. I ain't afraid to give advice. If you want to be paid fortnightly, that should be optional. Because if you are earning a certain amount of money, and you know that your rent has to be paid at the end of the month, and then you start getting half of your money up front and the other half, the likelihood of you being disciplined enough, to be able to pay what you have to pay in two parts is not true. It's not there. For a lot of people. You also, according to when you receive your bills, and you receive this half of money and then you receive another half, and so people tell you they prefer to get all the money one go. So even if they want to do that, it should be optional. But the problem is, they want to pay twice a month. And right now, they're catching their nenen to pay once a month. But they said they're not really. I mean, come on. I don't know who advising them, I ain't advising, but I don't know who advising them. Why would I even send out a release like that in the present atmosphere? When you know you have not paid. When you know for a fact that you have not done that, all of these people are there and they're still asking the questions. But they can't come out and say it to you themselves. Because they're afraid only because they know all you're wicked. They know you all are vile individuals. And therefore they will be victimized if they open their mouth. Some of them afraid to even see me and speak to me in the street because they know somebody running back and say, well, I see them talking to Sheldon. If you say this, is he get it from or is she get it from? That's what they're doing. So people are afraid to speak out. This is Grenada. We celebrate our independence tomorrow. And our independence means that we have a constitutional right to speak on issues as they affect us. And anybody tries to take that constitutional right away from you, you have various avenues. You have various avenues to deal with those individuals. The courts are there for everybody. Let me say that again. The courts are there for everybody. The workers in Carriacou, and those of you under the seed program who have lost your 150 or who have been taken off totally, and we come into that in a little while. The courts are for everybody. So if it's courthouse they like, if it's courthouse they're accustomed to, take them to the courthouse. If it means you have to take to the streets and you have to be a little disobedient, then so be it. But whatever it takes, they need to start showing some respect. They need to start showing some respect, some care, and some concern for the poor and vulnerable in this country, for the workers of this country. You telling me that the PS in Carriacou, who could find time to make sure that his brother gets the security contract, his brother, not a distant relative, a cousin, a pumpkin vine somewhere down the road, but that his brother gets the contract for the hospital in Carriacou as far as we're hearing, and the clinic in Carriacou as far as we're hearing. He's the PS, he must know what's taking place. Was that tendered out? Did they put out a tender for the security contract for the hospital in Carriacou? The so-called best PS ever, who is rude, disrespectful, and vile in the way that he treats workers. So that when the union says to him, we need to meet with you to discuss the dismissal of these workers, they have been sent home. They have not been given a hearing. Not even just a fair hearing or unfair hearing. They were given no hearing. All they know, they get a letter, go home. Nobody called them in and say there's an accusation against you that you were campaigning on behalf of the new National Party at a point in time when you ought to have been out on work. What is the case in relation to that? Give us some evidence to prove otherwise. Other than that, we may have to take a decision. They were not given that basic human right. They were not given that basic constitutional right. Their right to work is a constitutional right in the state of Grenada, and they were denied their right to work. And they were also denied and are continuing to be denied their right to work. So these individuals, the Public Workers Union has been in consultation, trying to have a meeting. So they're in contact with the Ministry of Labor and the PS just disregarding them. Either 1 hour before he called and he can't make the meeting, or he had a meeting and he becoming combative, he had to leave, or he just not interested in discussing the issue. He mean he fired them, and to hell was that. That's the kind of people that they come and say that's the best PS. Yeah, he make sure he brought her well set up though. He make sure he brought her well set up. And they make sure that another NDC activist who is actually working in the public service, from what I'm picking up, get a contract for Petit Martinique. The security contract for Petit Martinique. Mr. Logan? Well, you feel because I'm down in the south of the island, I don't know what's going on up in the north. So that is why I'm hearing now that the security contract in Petit Martinique has been given to a person working within the public service and is a known NDC activist. That is the change that they wanted. That is the kind of thing that they've been speaking about and they've been pushing. Was that tendered? Was that put out for bidding? Yeah? What was the process of selecting Mr. PS? Was the process of selecting your brother? What was the process? Because we're hearing differently. We're hearing all sorts of nonsense right now. The Public Workers Union have come out publicly and say, listen, we're trying to meet with the PS. And the man they want to meet with us. I wonder if I have that here. They're saying they've been trying to meet with him. They've been trying to get a meeting with him. And they have not been able to do that. I've got it somewhere here. Yeah, they've been trying to meet with him. Let me pull that one up for you. Because I want you all to hear it for yourself. What the Public Workers Union is saying has been going on in Carriacou.
The union leader also spoke of the issue involving workers on the...
And again, this is a GBN report. Let me just give you all the exact date. And that was the 17th of last month. A GBN report.
The union leader also spoke of the issue involving workers on the sister isle of Carriacou that was laid off last year.
Workers who were unfairly dismissed on the sister isles. It created a sort of firestorm. When we spoke about it, I believe it was August of last year. The representative of government in those conciliation meetings, the first meeting exited prematurely. The other meeting called an hour before. Those meetings were in October and said they cannot make it. And in January 12th also, they called and said they couldn't make it. In the meantime, these people are out of jobs, right?
Grimes has said a resolution to that issue is yet to be met, as he claims that persons are not paid for their holidays, among others.
I heard about certain situations with one or two of them. Banking institutions are calling them for their monies and so forth. So they are sort of reneging on loans and things that are really beyond their control, right? Because, there is no consistent income. But added to that, the level of injustice with this matter, it's hard to encapsulate. When these workers were terminated, one, they did not get a hearing, which is a fundamental aspect of natural justice, but basic things were not given to them. For example, they have holiday inside, they were not even paid for their holiday. These are former government workers. So this is not a good reflection on the government of Grenada.
He is calling on the Minister of Labour, Claudette Joseph, to use her power to help resolve the issue. GBN called called the Labour Minister to comment on the matter, but was unable to reach her. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
No, they couldn't reach the Labour Minister. But remember, the Labour Minister had already gone onto an NDC program and said she ain't see nothing wrong with sending home the people in Carriacou. People who, and she's a lawyer, she's supposed to understand the law and know what the Labour Code says. That these people were not given a proper hearing, were not given any hearing, not a proper. They were not given any hearing. They were sent home. They were not even given their vacation pay. So they had vacation inside. They didn't even get the vacation pay. Remember?
And so, from my investigation of the matter, there was nothing wrong and certainly nothing that rose to the level of victimization, and definitely no terrorist act. As I understand, it was described by one of the union officials. In fact, to speak of a person, especially a senior public officer in such manner, might well amount to defamation. So, as Attorney General, I am satisfied based on all the information provided that there was nothing wrong, morally or legally, in the steps taken, but that, in fact, those steps were taken in furtherance of the transformation agenda of this government.
Yeah, the transformation agenda to transform the poor into the destitute, the middle class into the poor, and the upper class into the super rich. Yeah, just not to go start to buy mega yacht and all kind of thing. Because that is the people that benefiting of what the National Democratic Congress is doing. They lower freight costs. Tell me if your food price went down. We have a caller online. Good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Hey, good man.
All right, go right ahead. You're live.
Hey, Sheldon, I want to make a call to our people to, unite. We need to unite. I think, there is an effort out there by the NDC and their supporters. At every time something is revealed and shown itself an error of what they're doing, something wrong, some violation of the people's rights or the poor and vulnerable rights, these people get mad and they attack the NNP people who's speaking out, or anybody who speaks out on it. They get mad and they decide they go attack them. Some of them going on programs now and begging the host of the program to shut up these people, or they're fed up with anybody who making a cry for the poor people. So I'm asking our people to stay united, because the only how we could fight them is with unity. If we all start to pull apart and pull by ourselves, we go fragment. Let us stay together and stay strong. And I'm saying that to all fractions of the NNP. Everybody, let us stay together and unite. That's the only how we could fight these people effectively. And I'm asking those who could support programs that, such as your program and other programs that is necessary, that is bringing out a message, do so. Don't be afraid to support. Do so. Call in and let, give that support, that moral support to each other. Because only how we go win this fight is with unity. And I think the NNPs are united and a strong party. And a very, very effective party and a force to be reckoned with in this country. And I think the path we're on is the right path. Calling for justice, calling for that equality. And I think we are on the right path and we are doing the right thing. Sheldon, I have a piece of news I heard. We are having a new manager in the marketing town.
I hear so, brother.
I thought there were certain qualifications for a manager, for such a manager. I thought there has to be certain qualifications, but I realized that, let me not to say too much, but I realized we're having a new manager. I would like them to tell us what is the qualification of that manager. Because in their campaign, they talk about qualification and qualify people to do such jobs. Now we're seeing what we call nepotism, friends and family getting work and party hawks. And we're not seeing qualification. What we're seeing is friends, family, and party hawks. And I think, Sheldon, that is something to look into. More and more we could see the hypocrisy of these people. These people never wanted to really get Grenada on the right foot. These people just wanted power. So they use all kind of phrase, all kind of slogan, all kind of thing they come up with. And today, these are the very same things that they condemn, they are practicing. In fact, it's part of their daily work. So we're asking our people to open their eyes, be vigilant, and stand for justice. Thank you, Sheldon.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, caller. 4407377. Let your voices be heard. In the same way they used to make sure their voice heard, you know? Now they want to tell you, hush, don't call, stay quiet, all sorts of nonsense they want to tell you. We have a caller online. Good night.
Good night.
Hello, good night. You're live, caller. Go right ahead.
What are you doing?
Hey, I'm quite fine.
Yes, Sheldon. I'm calling on behalf of a party, an NP.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the people to fall victim of the lies. And these people, I'm telling so many lies. They're lying so much. You don't know to believe them. Even at my workplace, people don't believe that people have been victimized and sent home.
Oh, yeah? Tell them 88 in St. Andrew Southeast alone. 88 people sent home in St. Andrew Southeast. We have the name, the numbers, and where they was working.
It's getting very difficult in our country to see that people are hurting. Yeah? And when you speak about the hurt that the people are hurting, the people that get against you, they go against you. I call him in name Michael Duncan. People in Grenada just don't care. When our government was in power, we were moving this country. People were supported. They was getting everything they needed. Understand? They was getting good help. No, they cannot find help. The best thing for this, for we as who following our party right now is to demonstrate and get people out. You know, these people don't care about Grenadians. But you go tell me you care about this country and you're treating people in this kind of way. You send them 88 people and then send them 25 people. Huh? What's going on?
My brother, I'm very interested in hearing some of the figures coming out from the other constituencies because I know St. Andrew on a whole, man, that means I could bet you is a couple hundred that gone home in just St. Andrew.
Ceylon is overbearing, trust me. And then they don't care, things just going up. Ceylon, you go to the supermarket, you buy something now before you come out there and go back. The price gone up. I work with a company, I work in Huggins, and everything going up. Your salary not going anywhere to meet the demands to buy for you to purchase properly. Salary low. Everything just going up and up. There is water, there is levy, and water, there is levy, and they put it on current. What they want us to do? Why it's time for these people to go? Why these people don't care about this country? And I remember. Mm-hmm. I remember, I didn't see that, but I heard a news when they said this man and them, how this man treat the workers in the breweries, and how this man treat the workers in double RB. Sheldon, this man don't care about poor people. If you have a heart, you will do what is right for the poor people. You campaign and saying that you. Yeah.
Go ahead, caller. You're live right now. Ignore the radio in the background. You go ahead. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. We're hearing you. You go ahead. Ignore the thing in the back, yeah.
It's stupidness what's going on with this government, according to Keaton and them, real Baba boyness. They do nothing for the country.
I hear that word for a while, Baba boy.
Real Baba boyness is a factual and they don't care about Grenada. They care about themselves. They spend many money to travel.
500,000 actually.
You know, and that is what they're doing. They're lying so much. You know not to believe these people and them. And they still have their own people saying that, no, we ain't victimizing nobody. We ain't doing nobody nothing. You know what I'm saying?
And they're trying to say...
It's time for the people to go, bro. It's time for them to go.
All right, my brother.
We had enough of them. That's my concern.
All right, my brother. Yes, indeed. Yes, 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get into the program tonight. You know, let me touch our program there for that caller. I know the caller go like this one. Nah, man, that's the wrong one. I get the wrong song there. You know? I want to make sure and get the proper song for that caller. Nice. Let me see. Yes, look it here. Nice. There's the one I want here. Nice. Let me make sure I get this thing. Nice. And let me stop this one here. And let me make sure I get the thing proper for him. 440-7377. You can call us directly. You can call us on WhatsApp on the same number. Yeah, you can call us on WhatsApp on 440-7377. You just save the number to your phone and you save it as talking points, and then you can call. It's now 16 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock.
Yes, we everywhere, taking it from the grapevine. We breaking all rules with fun, picong and rhyme. If the campaign didn't pass in the yard, they wouldn't have say, oh, me mad bad, no torpedo passing.
And the campaign pass in your yard? Mm-hmm.
Say to make it better. You need to sting me finger.
Yeah, they say they're giving $650.
Only 1 year later.
7 months, boss, now, yeah?
I've been heart failure. Hey, you vote, you don't vote, same something. The heart or the hand, same something.
Yes, indeed, folks. 440-7377. And you know, one of the things that's hurting me here is that over the past few days, now we've been speaking about the 150 and the people who need to get back their 150 and who must get back their 150. We've been speaking about them because as far as I'm concerned, it's between two things. Or you give them back their 150 or you take out all your 2,000. Let me say that again. Give back the elderly people, the disabled people, the young people, those children. Give them back their 150 or take off your 2,000. Because if it is too difficult for this government to give $150 to an 88-year-old woman with one leg, diabetes and high blood pressure so that she could buy the medication to keep her alive a little longer. If this government is incapable of doing that, then you damn well shouldn't take 2,000 for yourself that you're not paying any tax on. So it's one or the other. You either give them back or take out the 2,000 from yourself. You should shame to go to the bank and be taking out that money knowing that these elderly people can't get their 150. Or they should shame. But they are no shame, you know. As I say, it's wood they're cutting. They're cutting wood. That's what they're doing. You understand? Yeah, that's what they go on doing and them kind of things. So when they should be focusing on ways and means, they're traveling. You hear they're gone all over the place. What have they ever come back with? When the new National Party ministers go and they come back, you have a press conference, the post-cabinet press conference. Minister this come back. I went to this. We secured $10 million for this project. We secured $5 million for that project. We secured $2 million for this in grant funding for this particular project. We secured money to do this project in this community. That's what you say here with the post-cabinet, with the new National Party. Right now, you're not having post-cabinet. They're traveling and they're coming back with nothing but memories and a stomach full of fancy food. That's all they're coming back with. A set of photos. You ask a prime minister, what's the most challenging thing in coming into office? He go tell you taking picture. Taking a lot of pictures. That's been the most challenging thing. And now, we have a situation with elderly people, not only with the 150, but who are being taken off of the list totally. Now, I'm going to get deeper into the seed program this week, and if they feel I'm going to leave that issue alone, I ain't leaving it alone. I have another issue I ain't leaving alone that I want to deal with for the last half hour. Believe me, there's another issue that I'll be dealing with for the last half hour as well that they feel I forget and I go leave alone. We have a caller online. Good night.
Shalom, Scott. Good night.
Good night, Camille, Teresa, Scott.
Why do you not the right name for people to...
Again, them your full government name.
Full name.
Your
Camille Teresa Scott.
Your full government name.
Yeah. Good night to the Grenadian people, home and abroad, and happy independence. If you are listening, you know, all who listening in America, England, Canada. Patty, good night. And Matthew and Mr. Watts and Zingo and everybody. Mr. Watts' wife, everybody. Happy independence. Anyhow, I'm Sheldon.
Yes, my love.
You know, the Prime Minister say doing things different.
Yeah.
They're doing things different.
Different is always good, no?
and Sheldon, we could beg all we want. They go put back that 150, you know.
Oh, yeah?
They go put back that money.
The day go come when they have to go, though.
Well, yes, the day go come, but they go put back that money. You understand? I remember, I think it's a year, 2 years back. Doom tell the Grenadians about they dressing up like clown with the eyes green and gold.
Yes, he did.
I know you're telling them that this year.
No, this year is come out and support. Come out and support.
You understand what I'm saying? That's to tell you the hypocrisy with our people. It's so sad. You know?
So I wonder, Cammy, you just be in town.
I let you that child.
Yes. Well, that's the man, wife, and that's the child, eh? And believe me, so you understand.
Right. I just want you to know.
Yes. That. But that's why I say Cammy is safer hands. We know when it go by Cammy, it's in safer hands.
You don't worry, you know. The day will come.
Of course.
The day will come, you know. And as the man say, the man had called just now, they could see he's very upset. Don't be upset, darling. Don't worry. God is good. Believe there is a God. But I want to ask the question tonight. Who to be blamed? Who to be blamed for that? We the people, I didn't vote for NDC. But God knows I'm talking the gospel truth. So some of these people are bawling and crying now, and you're getting a big phone bill, you're getting water bill. You had vote for NDC because when you get caught, or you are so greedy, I will make you permanent. You get your permanent letter now, stay home, don't grind, don't say nothing. They want y'all. So I don't sorry for y'all, you know. And I don't want nobody to sorry for me. Because y'all knew what the track record these people had. All you knew that. So I don't cry not for nobody again because all you knew that. I don't care for nobody. I don't want nobody sorry for me. I don't sorry for all you. So take all you get now. Yeah? You understand? Take all you get. Don't worry. Are you poor parents suffering? And they're talking about people have the children. There's a lot of young people and that do not give the parents nothing. Even if they're in England and America, they don't have for themselves. Because most of the people that, some of them are there abroad, they're in the system out there. Right? They're in the system there. So they don't have money to send to their family. And even in Grenada here, there is people that the children don't care about them. They don't give their parents $1. So, I don't understand. I don't understand with some of y'all and they're walking with jacket and tie in their neck and they're walking with their briefcase in tongue, going to work, you know. Girls dress nice, and they don't know all their parents. So it's really sad. And a lot of y'all have to pay for what all this say. Michelle never do nothing in Grenada. That's what you say. And he helped so much of y'all. Sheldon, what's going on with Miss Delma Thomas?
Well, I think the best person...
What's going on with Miss Thomas?
The best person...
I'm very disappointed, you know.
But the best person to ask...
I mean, all kind of thing. I mean, if she want to leave the party, go to them people and tell them, I look at tired, I want to get out of politics. Before I called it, I was watching my phone, and I hear she saying the politics over. You know, election over. And she would ride along on them. So what is going on? These are people that claim to be born again Christian and always putting God in front. What is wrong? What's going on? Let me know what's going on. Because look, Mr. Boyne just say, we must speak as a people and stay strong because we could win the battle if we unite. If we unite, what I see a picture with Andy and her posing smiling. What's going on with Mr. Thomas? So I don't know if she go over the other side. I don't know.
Well, the best person to answer that question would be her. So she will.
On a program. You can get on the program.
Well, you never know, Cami. All kind of things does happen on talking points,
Some questions. So we could ask her. Would I like to ask her what's going on? Because I don't know.
All kind of things does happen on talking points. You never know.
What I'm saying, Miss Thomas, when she sit, you know, and if Miss Thomas had to help the people, she could make a call and ask the people, look, I want some things to give my people to help the people that really in need. Or if the other people give us something, take it and give people. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I say a lot of people won't trust politicians. A lot of people speaking. People don't trust the politician. You understand? 1 minute you hear, you have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. All kind of things you hear people saying. All kind of things you hear people saying. What kind of thing is that? Let us know. If you want to resign, resign. Nobody won't vex with you. You understand? But it's not nice. It is not nice. And if I believe these people, they will use that lady, because a lot of them laughing.
Kami,
to
be honest with you, I don't want to spend too much time on her.
Because I'm putting on the phone now.
Yeah.
I say what I have to say. I take what did me chest let it out?
Yes, of course.
Because I don't know. Good night.
All right, but yeah. The thing is, and I'm not even going to be bothered on her right now, because the thing is this. I would like to hear a cacophony of voices, especially of those who say that they love people, who say that they have a Christian heart, who are now looking at elderly people who have lost their 150. I would like to hear their voices added, saying, demanding that the government put back the money for those people. I would like to hear the cacophony of voices, all of the voices out there, calling on them, asking them to stop the victimization of people who are considered to be NNP supporters.
Hello,
we have a caller. Good night.
Yes, Shalana.
Yes, my dear.
I hear in tongue to this in Georgia that they're planning to boo the opposition leader when he goes to the stadium tomorrow. I doesn't know how true it is, but I heard more than one person say it. Okay, thank you.
All right, my dear. Well, in fact, let me keep that one thing here. I ain't going to say nothing on that one. It just shows the type of individual they are. The type of individuals they are. Now, you look at Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, a man who has given his life over to service for the people of Grenada for so many years, has achieved so much for Grenada. And you go look at him and boo him. But you want to praise a man who in 7 months has been responsible for sending home hundreds of people from the public service, taking away $150 from the poor people in this country, directly responsible for some of the increases that we're seeing in the cost of living, because what they have done in relation to the electricity bill is going to cause each and every one of you to be paying about $50 to $60 at least more on your electricity bill. Let me say that again. What they have implemented starting February 1st is going to cause your electricity bill to go up by about $50 to $60. Because while the new National Party had zero rated the VAT, they bring it back. They bring it back at a lower rate, but they bring it back. They have put back the environmental levy. They have done various things that are going to cause the price of electricity for you and for me to go up significantly. That's an achievement. What has this present government really achieved? In the last, let me see exactly how much time they've been in office right now. It's 7 months and 13 days, or 228 days. What have they achieved in the last 228 days, apart from causing chaos? So is which one of the supporters getting the security contract for the ministerial complex? Which one of the supporters getting the security contract for the fish markets? And then in Carriacou, you're hearing PSC brother getting security contract. All sorts of things taking place. The Spice Mask Corporation, you're hearing nearly a third of the members are people that don't even live in Grenada. Now, we're not saying that people that don't live in Grenada don't have a contribution to make. We are saying that even if you take one, but you take about 4 to put on, listen, what is taking place in our country is damaging the economy, it's damaging people, it's damaging the peace and stability of our country, which is why, as I said for the last 30 minutes, I wanted to deal with a particular issue. No, I ain't forget seed. We're going to continue to talk about seed until it grows into a tree. Telling you how it go. Because I say some of these people so wicked. You're putting them in an Olympic-sized swimming pool full of holy water with John the Baptist on one side and Jesus Christ himself on the other end. Throw them inside there. They go pray on them and they still can't wash the wickedness away from these people. Because if they can do this to the poor and vulnerable in our country and laugh and grin about it, these are extremely wicked and vile people. I ain't taking it back. It is what it is. But folks, I wanted to raise this issue again. The issue of what took place on Port St. George during last year. And from what we're hearing, it had taken place before. Now, I want them sue me. I really want them sue me when I say what I'm about to say here. As it is right now, as it is as of last week, it is alleged you have 2 people sitting in cabinet right now, in cabinet, check who in cabinet, who have been involved in goods leaving the port without permission. 2 people in cabinet who have been involved in goods leaving Port St. George without going through the proper procedure. Containers that has left the port before, it leave Port St. George and it end up by businessmen without customs going through the containers. All they didn't know that had happened. And there are 2 people sitting in the cabinet. All assume it. There are 2 people sitting in cabinet right now that it is alleged have been involved in such activities. I ain't had a call name. All you're going to know who I'm talking about. Because what we're seeing now, I'm hearing of another gun find on the port. Another gun that was found. Some sources indicate it's from the same individual again, like they had more guns coming in and different things. And so that is one source. Another source is saying that it is being underreported. But all of a sudden we have a situation with guns coming through report in Grenada. And just months literally after you had a situation that containers was disappearing from the port and goods were disappearing from the port without going through the proper procedure, nighttime thing riding off the port and so. And you don't know because they didn't go through the proper procedure. So they didn't have the proper customs going through everything and searching to make sure what labeled rice is rice and what labeled flour is really flour and not something else that white and powdery. That what labeled as noodles was really noodles and not something a plant-like material. Yeah? You did not have the proper procedure taking place and things came off the port. And from what we are hearing, there is somebody who bam polishing a seat in cabinet right now. That was one of the key people involved in it. And now we're hearing there's a second person sitting in the cabinet of Deacon Mitchell that was involved in that. They have another person sit down there with the bam polishing a chair that have been involved in what took place and what has taken place on Port St. George with containers and different things just coming off the port without due process. No, we can't. This thing is a serious thing, you know. A very serious thing. And if we leave this issue alone, because they want us to forget it, that is why they try to hush it up and they try to cover it up during last year. The Port Authority sent out a letter. The Port Authority, the board of directors of the Grenada Ports Authority sent out a letter saying to people that, look, this person has been disciplined because they were issuing passes to allow goods to leave the port that should not have left the port. The goods were not properly accounted for. They were not paid for. They were not as properly assessed and so on. And they left the port. That individual was being dismissed. The union step in. Also the thing take place. Next thing, they come and they try to quiet it down. Okay. But who were the people that was taking the goods off the port? Were there a company, individuals? What are the names? How did the person was taking their own goods off the port, so they were bringing up goods from different places and taking it off the port? What goods were they bringing and taking off the port? This is frightening considering what we're seeing now. Remember, in the later part of last year, started having robberies and so on with men with what? Firearms. Between December and now, you've had several incidents involving firearms. And the best thing that the Prime Minister could have come and say is he don't believe in firearm and that kind of thing. If it's up to he, down to the police wouldn't even have firearms. So in other words, people who legally have firearms, make it difficult for them or even take it back, but allow the criminals to continue to come in with the firearms? Yeah, you're talking about container scanner and so. Trinidad had to ask the Americans to give them some used scanner because they couldn't afford to buy one. Grenada, who right now on the 6th of February, ain't pay some of the public workers yet. You think they could afford a scanner? Just talk, yap, without a proper understanding of the issue that you speak. That's why Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell said last time to them, he said, hey, talk less. Talk less. Think more, talk less. That is what is going on. I think we have a call on the line. Hello, good night.
Sheldon.
Hey.
Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
The lady that called concerning they want to boo Dr. Mitchell in the park is a true thing, you know, because a lot of them said it in tongue. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the next thing I heard on the program yesterday, that they get some silent gun.
Well, I don't know.
And then what silent gun, they say they get on the port again. Yeah. That's the next stop because people, they say they get some silencer gun and something, well, they say it's cocaine. Cocaine, they say it's cocaine and they get silencer gun. You understand? I heard that yesterday on our program, right? But people, if those people that opening containers, them that talking because they walk in there. They walk in there, so I don't know. And you know, what I saw with my eyes this afternoon on Melville Street,
Mm-hmm.
a man called down Officer Charles.
He did what?
Man, no behavior. The man was calling traffic and he telling the guy he cannot pass. And he tried to stop the guy and the guy he charged one cup and shut on the man there. So I don't know what is going on. I mean, We have to have respect for the police. I don't like all of them. I gotta admit that. That some of them have some attitude, but you have some good police officers. And they have no respect for police. They get charged one cop.
But
Other cop have to run to assist child.
in the same way, but in the same way that I leave home and I want to reach home to my family, every police officer want to leave home and go back home to their family, you know.
There are people that stand up there and still cuss it. For you to tell the young man you're wrong. That is not nice. That is not nice. We must have a respect for them. You have some attitude that is not right. They're not nice to some people, but I mean, come on. We have to do better than that. Because when you head hurt you call in the police. Anything happens, you call in the police. You know, it's not nice. So this is thing they have to address and speak to people, you know. Because even in America, that guy is a dead man, you know. They like shoot him and kill him.
Americans don't play that.
Yeah, they don't make no joke.
Americans don't play that.
Anyhow, good night.
All right, my dear. 4407377. That's the number for you to call and get into the program. All right, yes, I see a Mr. Overseas call. Let's caller, you can call back on the WhatsApp. You can call back as well. 4407377. Yeah. You see what is taking place there? Because you realize that their flagship newspaper starting to twist stories about the police commissioner and others. That is basically telling you that they're looking to change the commissioner soon. That is basically what they're telling you. Yeah? And you see they was attacking police officers before. And right now when come time for pay and grade and for the officers to finally get their position, because you have a lot of officers that are in acting position. So acting superintendent of police, acting inspector, acting. Now, this was supposed to have ended a couple months ago. This government continues to keep it like that because you act for a certain period of time and then you're confirmed into the position. This government seems to be unwilling to confirm. I don't know if you're going and take some of them inspector and send them back down to sergeant. I don't know if you're going and make them officer cadet instead. I don't know what you're doing. But this is an issue of concern. Yeah? Then the random shifting of people victimizing police officers who are considered to be supporters of the new National Party, or if they ever spend even one day on the security detail of Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, well, lo and behold, they want to send them to call traffic. They want to send them all up in Carriacou, Petit Martinique. They're doing them all kind of thing, trying to frustrate them. Yeah? And that is the reason right now I've heard from inside sources that close to 100 police officers are about to leave different grades because they have already made the required time under the police service to take early retirement, so they could take a early retirement, take a payment, and move. And understand something. These are officers who have been sent overseas to train in different things, you know. We are about to lose officers in different things. People who have specialist training in firefighting. People who have specialist training in relation to maritime operations. People who have specialist training in relation to telecommunications. Yeah? In drug interdiction. Psychological training. People who are trained in crowd control. All different things. These guys and ladies have been outside of Grenada training in different things. And now we're about to lose all that capacity because they're finding in the private sector, there are people when they see the qualifications of them that willing to hire them and pay them even a bigger salary than they're getting right now. Or sometimes the salary is even bigger, you know. But it's just you don't have to take the victimization that they're going through right now. So some of them, and I'm hearing a figure close to 100, have already applied or are in the process of applying. I even hear some of them that even close to the man himself. Yeah. Are in the process of applying. Well, I want to know, I know that I know a lot of things. Are in the process of applying or have already applied to leave the police service. Yeah? If they could convince them to stay. Well, that might be another thing. But remember, it's the same people that promise them pay and grade, you know. Then you have ministers driving off, they just drive off on police officers when they're stopping them for a traffic infraction. The same thing they used to accuse NNPites of. No police officer could say that I ever disrespect them. None. None. Yeah? Because I understand that when I sleeping, they working. I understand that when they leave home and they leave their family, the same way they leave, they want to go back, or they want to go back even better than they leave. Yeah? So I understand what's going on with our police officers. Again, as we say, not every police officer is up to scratch. You have a little one or two in between that need a little, reform. But for what is taking place there, that a police officer could be in a particular constituency and a person is arrested in 2 instances in 2 different constituencies. People detained by the police, and a minister feel they could just walk in and berate the police. You have to let go the man. You have to let go the man. That kind of behavior. I think some of them misunderstanding what their role as an MP is. Some of them misunderstanding what their role as a parliamentarian is. And some of them misunderstanding what their role as a minister is. They're misunderstanding those roles. So they feel that they have all power to just do things. They walk into a police station and want to berate the police. How dare you arrest so and so? I mean, who is you to go to the police? They should arrest you. That's what they should do. All the police must be brave too, not afraid, If they come and they try that stupidness, arrest them. Because they're wrong. And again, it's because I am concerned about the safety of our men and women in uniform. Our men and women in uniform. And don't think I'm only talking about police officers here. I'm also talking about our security guards. Because when these fellas pull their long gun and they pull the thing to go and stick up place, it's not police that has been there, it's the security officers who sometimes only have a butu or a flashlight. Yeah? So I am speaking about our men and women in uniform, not only our police officers, but our security officers. Yeah? When I speak about the issue on the port, it is for their security as well. Because while what has been found, and I don't know what was found within the last few days, but I'm hearing, and what I'm hearing from workers on the port, what I am hearing from workers on the port, that's all I was saying in relation to that. From what I am hearing from workers on the port itself. Because if things like that are found, but others are getting through, you could imagine what's taking place in our country. Our country is known throughout the world as a peaceful country. Yes, we had our past, but we are known as a peaceful country. We do not want to end up like some of our Caribbean brothers and sisters. Not because we carry the same DNA means we have to behave the same. We do not want to end up as what is taking place in St. Lucia right now, where you have murders left, right, and center. We don't want to end up like St. Kitts. And of course, nobody wants to end up like Trinidad. We want to be able to go out in the night and have a cook like we could normally have a cook at the side of the road or wherever we decide we're going to put down our oil down. We want to be able to continue to do that. We want to be able that our children could leave home and we feel safe that our children are okay, they're going and they're safe. We want to be able to move and go into town and not have to fear that we might be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Our Royal Grenada Police Force has been doing an excellent job at ensuring that happens. But Mr. Prime Minister, if you don't take action in relation to 2 people who Bamsi polishing seat in your cabinet, that little birdies sing in my ears and tell me have been involved in things what should be on the port, disappearing from the port and ending up other places. Because you pretty well by now should know the 2 individuals I'm speaking about. One is a he and one is a she. I never could tell he might be a he. She, but anyway, that's a different story. One is a he and one is a she. So you better do some investigation before the Americans come and do the investigation for you. I see what I have to say on that one. Folks, it is 48 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock, 12 minutes remaining on tonight's program. Let me say a special good night to my good friend, Evelyn Alexander, the Zingo.
Who goes there?
While our country is peaceful, let us try to remain peaceful. While our country is an example to other countries in relation to law and order and peacefulness, let us try to keep it so. We cannot be putting people into positions that will endanger the safety and security of all Grenadians. Mr. Prime Minister, check your circles. Otherwise, you might just find the US checking your circles for you.
On the 32nd anniversary, when I see flags, so I hold me head and ball. I could not believe I thought was carnival. It was at 7 o'clock in the morning, everybody started gathering, just up in the red, yellow, and green down the hill.
No, you can't take me to court because I know I have my evidence what I'm talking about.
Which remind me of Maurice Bishop when he was stand up. Wave your national color.
Try it and see.
Let them know that Grenada ever conscious of God. Wave your national color. Wave your national flag. Let them know that Grenada ever conscious of God. Flag on the head, flag on the head, flag on the top, flag on the flag.
So don't be afraid to shake your flag and wave your flag and all kind of thing. You know, we are Grenadians and we have a right to be proud to be Grenadians. And we want to continue to have a country that we can be proud of. Yeah? Doesn't matter which government is in power. We have to be proud of our country. Governments come, governments go. This one enjoying their one term and then they gone. You and I know it. This one enjoying their one term. Eat it and drink it well. Because it is your one term you're going to be spending. Yeah? But at the same token, have some care and consideration for the people that you are victimizing. And then, you know, the worst part of this thing is these people have their apologists who think they're fooling somebody, that calling radio programs in the morning and trying to give the impression that nothing is wrong with kicking off a 1-foot elderly lady from the program. Or some people that have no feet because diabetes that amputate the two. They get in the look of 150 and they want to throw two of them off the program. Come on, man. We have to do better than that in this place. We have a call online. Good night. Hello. Good night.
Hello. Hello. Good night.
Good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead.
Yeah. I just want to say the way I be treated by the new party, the NDC party. It's get like a statement of seed from the past government and just take away everything from me, you know.
So in your case,
because I have a job and not working, you know.
In your case, everything is gone.
Everything gone. They strip me, you know. They strip me down everything, so I don't have nothing to get. I don't work in. I'm unfit to work, you know, and everything. And I mean, I feel pressure. I feel like, you know, I feel real pressure. I finally could have do something better than that, you know.
Let me ask, did they actually tell you the reason that they took you off from the program?
No, they never told me nothing. I never get no call, I never get nothing. I went to pick up and the man tell me, this is done. The statement is over. I asked him 3 times. I say, you sure? He tell me, yeah. Ask him again. Ask him island-wide. Tell me, yeah. So I say, wow, because I depend on to pay my bills, so buy like food, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's real kind of hard, That's real kind of hard, children. I mean, I know some people might have that income, but I don't know that income. I mean, I depend on that, you know?
Yeah.
So I say I don't call it program because I see you. I mean, you're trying, you're doing a good job spreading the word and everything, you know? I appreciate your word, man. I say I think you're a call, you know? I try to look you up on Facebook tonight, but I don't see you, so I say I'll call still.
No, we're not on Facebook tonight. We're on YouTube, but we'll sort that out by tomorrow. You know, Facebook gives problems every now and again, so we'll sort that out by tomorrow.
I know.
Because we are on tomorrow night, We on tomorrow night, Independence Night. We on.
Yeah, okay. Well, happy Independence in advance, you know.
Same to you, my brother. And I wish more people.
Pleasant night, man.
Okay, thank you.
Take care.
Yes.
Have a good night.
And I wish more people like that caller who are affected call and say so. Call and say so. And before I forget and before the program ends, let me just say that I would like to thank all of you who have been making contributions to assist our kidney patient. He did one treatment on Friday morning. He will be doing another treatment tomorrow morning, bright and early. He will be doing another treatment. He continues to send his thanks to you all. In fact, I won't call him one of these nights. I'm going to call him and let him talk, Yes, I'm going to call him and let him talk on the program. So you will be seeing on our YouTube page. It's also up on our Facebook page. Even if you check my personal page, you'll see I made a post in relation to it where the link is there. For those of you locally who would like to donate, you can donate using that link. And those of you outside of Grenada, you can also donate using that link as well. And you all know the other ways to find us. And so, Cammie, safer hands, as I always say. All right? So remember, but not only him, I got a call from a young man who is in the hospital right now that also needs assistance. I got some messages from him. He's in a dire situation. And many other people. So as many as we can help, we're trying to help. And that's why I say it could be as little as $5 that you could donate. Donate it. If everybody put a one little cocoa in the basket, maybe you might be able to sell chocolate to America. You never know. All right? So in that sense, remember, you will look for the link. It's going to be up on the YouTube. It's also up on the Facebook. Even though we're not on Facebook tonight, the link will be there on Facebook that you can check, and you can always donate using that link, especially those of you out in the diaspora. All right? I came into the studio tonight, and I met some Pampers here waiting for me from one of my good mothers out there. She made sure she got some Pampers here for me because we're continuing to try and help as many as possible. I know some of you have reached out as well who are looking to donate Pampers. And so my problem these last couple weeks has been transportation. Yeah. My vehicle is down at this time. I'm waiting for the parts to reach and sort out and thing. Yeah, we go sort it out. Don't worry. We will sort that out. But that has been the issue that I've been having for the past few weeks. So I'm not able to move around as much as I usually do and be able to collect the Pampers. And so some people have actually come down and drop it. Norma? Yes, I had to call Norma in the Great Beyond because even in the Great Beyond, she has been helping. All right? Yeah. So some people actually came down. They come down by me and they drop it and so on. So we've been getting different Pampers and so that we can help people in need. All right, folks, because we know with this situation as it is right now, you can't just sit down and say, well, the government isn't doing anything and allow people to die. You can't do that. The New National Party doesn't have a history of doing that. When we were in opposition the last time and we spoke about the fact that the General Hospital did not have basic medication and other supplies and the fact that the pantry was kind of dry, they didn't have different things because it was not being provided. We as the New National Party went up there. I was there. We as the New National Party went up to the General Hospital and dropped supplies. Yeah? So it is not a matter of just talking about issues, but trying to find solutions to those issues as well. All right? So folks, we're coming close to the end of tonight's program. I want you all to know that we're going to sort out the problem with Facebook, but still, those of you that are on Talking Points tonight on YouTube for the first time, I want you to like and subscribe. I want you to subscribe to the page. Where you see subscribe, click it. Subscribe to the page. And then you'll see the bell icon next to the little thing like a bell. Click that too. Right? So you have to like and subscribe to the page so that anytime we go live on YouTube, anytime we have a problem with Facebook like we've had tonight, you'd be able to get us on YouTube as well. So you'll be able to get us on YouTube. You'll be able to get us on Facebook. You could get us on both of them. All right? Nice. Beautiful. Well, folks, tomorrow, Independence Day, Grenada will be celebrating. Yes, we are not like some people. We ain't going and tell people go on Camahon Park and all kind of thing and don't go in the stadium and don't go here and don't go there. We're not like them. Yeah? So, whether you do it at home, whether you do it in your community, and I know some fellas up in La Poterie and thing, there's some serious oil down going on when you see Independence Day. Some fellas in paradise. Yeah, right by where they sell the corn and thing in paradise. Yeah, not the corn. Yeah, right where they sell that and thing there. Right, go and buy some corn and then go across, check them fellas, and them they just have some nice oil going down in those areas and thing there. All right? So I know I'm telling you about countryside because up that side I just like to be and thing. But as I say, transportation these days, wherever it is, ensure that you show your patriotism, show your love for Grenada. I am not one who believes that putting on our national colors makes me a clown or makes anybody a clown. I believe it helps show your patriotism, which is why you're seeing on the internet that people running through the streets up there in the UK. Let me take this call quickly before we end. Good night, caller. Hello.
I'm just calling in concerns that I just saw a post.
Mm-hmm.
Someone post on my news feed that they had a new hospital wing is up for sale. Do you have any? Can we get any information on that? Sir?
What I would say for that is that the entire area, not just the new wing, the entire area is being considered for a tourism project. The entire area. The drawings are already done for it, brother.
So can I ask a silly question?
There's no such thing.
Is it the same Jewish man that own all them what they call them facilities? Nursing home facilities in New York that is up for that bid?
I have no idea. You might know better than me. What I could say is definitely when it comes to where the hospital is, that area is being they eyeing that area right now. There are already development drawings in place for a hotel facility that stretches from the Carriacou back over to town in that area. They want to put a hotel there, get rid of the hospital and put a hotel there. That's why they're pushing the hospital, not because they care about healthcare.
Where they go put the hospital?
But they didn't even say where they're going and put the hospital, but the bottom line is they don't want it there. They say there's prime real estate that's being wasted. So it ain't good enough for us Grenadians to go and recuperate there. But it's good enough to bring other people there.
Tourists to come and
it's too good for us Grenadians to be there. We foreigners shouldn't own anything like that.
Oh boy, what a mess.
Yes, my brother. Well, here's
what
I'm
gonna do a little digging, but before the end of the night, I'll enlighten you on what I find.
Okay, my brother.
Because all right, my friend, have a good one.
Same to you. All right, folks, that is all the time we have tonight for Talking Points. I'm sorry I can't give you back all the minutes tonight. I'll give you back another night. My name is Sheldon Scott. Whatever you say and do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Remember to donate. Remember, even if you don't donate, help your neighbor, help your friends. Help your neighbor, help your community, help your country. And remember, tomorrow, Independence Day, we are proud Grenadians. Yeah? So even if we're not going to the stadium, we're going out in our national colors. We're making our national dish. We're showing our national pride and our love for our country. We'll be back tomorrow night, Independence Night, with Talking Points. Again, let me touch the little zingo before I go again, man. Yeah. I am out.
Everybody turn a patriot, which remind me of Maurice Bishop when he won stand up. Wave your national color, wave your national flag. Let them know that Grenada ever conscious of God. Wave your national color, wave your national flag. Let them know that Grenada ever conscious of God. Flag on the head, flag on the hand, flag on the car, flag on the van, flag on the pole, flag on the street, flag on the table that they eat. Flag on the left, flag on the right, flag in the day, flag on the night, flag on building, flag on ceiling, flag on vehicle that passing. Ever conscious of God we aspire, just to rebuild spice. but God will recover. Want to use us as a